So back at it. So yeah, man, yeah. So one of my inspirational figures. I mean, he going through some tough times right now.
Right quick.
His own doing. But I'd be remiss, man, if I did not give a shout out to Michael Harriet. He chunked the deuces at the root for the last 5 years, man. He's been one of the most eloquent, not giving a manliest about why people feeling voices out here. I highly recommend, if you're not on theroot.com or if you haven't checked out any of his work, man, you've been missing out. Go ahead, catch up. Timely. He joked about, man, we started talking about, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and see how much we evolved. Still talking about the same thing, because white people feeling still getting hurt. But that's, neither here nor there. We back in the saddle.
Yeah.
So,
another opportunity to go off.
Yeah, we also a couple of things. I think our executive producer is pushing us in a direction where, we would need to evolve.
You want us to
Slowly
be palatable for a
more
more
palatable
diverse audience.
And to be honest, viewing public, I struggle with this. So we mainly talk about politics, and politics is a space where people don't want to say what need to be said.
And in a lot of instances, the go-off must begin and end with certain words.
Yeah.
To clarify that this is a go-off, period. So you have, so intro and the extra.
Yeah, maybe last episode, I think we went hard for about 35, 45. But them last 15, we gonna check it out. But we're making progress, and today.
Side note: Google still has the incorrect information.
So I don't even
continue.
Greg, don't get me started on that, bro.
Let's continue.
So I'll go roundabout. Greg is referring to a local political issue as national.
We gonna table all local politics discussion for this.
So
installment of the go off.
Oh, I won't come back to the elections, but we gonna start there. So Google still don't know who you are.
Still.
Robinette and them then passed the infrastructure plan. They talking about the Build Back Better plan. You ain't nowhere to be found.
Infrastructure.
And I'm not even about to put Google on your real name.
Infrastructure Act.
I'm not even about to do it.
Infrastructure Act.
I done heard everybody talk about the damn. They done called up Mitch Landrieu. Mitch Landrieu getting more pub about the infrastructure plan.
You realize it's about to be Nola for life all over again, son.
Mitch Landrieu.
Hey, man.
Then fell into the federal government before somebody even know who you are.
And Google still got
Google don't know who you are.
Still got that correct information.
I don't have no words for you at all. So
we don't even know who you are
on the national. Oh, I know. I'm not about to be your publicist.
No.
Or your chief of staff, or your communications
if you clueless
secretary.
And
no.
you are.
I did my research.
If you are a fully enrolled student in Google University or YouTube Community College, if you are a full-time enrolled student in any one of those institutions of higher learning, your ability to access that information is limited right now.
I know
Google
who
don't
blew
know.
on
Google don't know.
AOC. So I know where he at and all of the politics.
Definitely
and
know. Moving from his committee permit.
And again, we not, and we were talking about on the way over here to the undisclosed location.
Security is
we didn't cop
today.
the ferry, the helicopter, the highway, and everything. We see people looking at the phone, can't drive in the whole night.
Retina scan with my bad eye.
They don't know nothing about no national politics or local politics.
All they know is doing it for the gram.
We do, and we saying, no, you ain't the one. You ain't the one. So all of these challenges or whoever, Noonan Man, the whole nine. Bracelet, get yourself together. You could beat the. I'm about to use the words already.
But it's understood though. It's understood.
Because he ain't. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's how you identify, because I don't know nothing about you. You as a person, you ain't worth it. You don't represent me. You don't represent me. And I'm a highly engaged voter.
The interests of the people have not been served.
And you don't, no. Google don't know who you are. So let's leave that alone.
Yeah, as an elected representative, you're not representing the people.
And let's go on to people who doing anything. Mitch got the nod for the infrastructure.
Yeah.
I think is because he did take a leading role, and I think it's like the national conference of mayors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he has that space.
Some
Democrats
national profile.
really tapping into the urban centers, which is what they know their base is. So let's see how
the NO is a lab for everything.
No.
So if you can get your experiment to provide some replicable results,
anything
that somebody could maybe not absolutely could maybe translate to their environment,
anything.
Man, they come and get you as the guru.
They come, yeah.
You the guru.
So let's see how that shake out. So I ain't forget. Google ain't forget about Cedric Richmond. I ain't forget about him. He's definitely still doing status in the White House. Now we got Mitch. So let's see how the NO
fare out. If
out.
If our profile nationally
I ain't gonna call it the NO. Let's call it Louisiana.
But
let's
Louisiana and NO is two different states.
But it's and so let's put it. So Cantrell
is a perfect demonstration of the NO and Louisiana being two completely different states.
And she done flexed
states.
on
I ain't
Amendment 1.
Understood.
When they was trying to hustle the tax money.
Understood.
They trying to hustle the tax money to be collected at the state. And she was like, nah, y'all not better be playing games with our cheese.
But because we are generating
the cheese.
The lion's share
the cheese.
of that
and
tax
what
revenue.
She showed is we generating the lion's share of these votes when I decide to get my people out to vote. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know what the statewide turnout is, but locally it was like 21%, which is pathetic.
Still piss poor.
Blowing on all my viewers.
This is piss poor.
I know the turnout was higher among our viewers than 20%, but that's pitiful. Again, if I keep going, I'm going to cuss. So I'm going to move on.
Well, and then the other side of that coin is just as piss poor performance as it is for the voters in terms of their civic participation. It's just as pissy of a job of the elected officials of giving people something to feel comfortable to associate themselves with, to vote with. So we got both of those areas where we gotta lift our stuff. Like it ain't just one or the other. It's definitely a both and as opposed to either or. So ain't nobody escaping.
But it's like in the job, dog, you gonna get away with what you can get away with.
Agreed.
You gonna get away with you.
But in this instance, the people who have the accountability stream for you are not people who are just your supervisors. These are the people who vote for you. So people who vote for you.
So what get measured get done.
Agreed.
And what you put, so like Gusman with the sheriff, he knew he wasn't about to be in no runoff. He knew he wasn't about to be in no runoff. Man, you about to be out of there. You done been in city government for 30, 40 years. And he gonna get on there and tout he done built a new jail. Man, you ain't built no new jail. That's the federal government that did that because you Pooh.
You was mad that the jail wasn't bigger than it is. That's what really happened.
And then with the lowest prison population in his whole term, he was like, yeah, we need 90 more beds, 89 more beds for the mental health ward and all that. Why are you trying to build an extra jail, dog?
Because
and you can't come
out. The jail
out.
was smaller than he wanted it to be to
other
begin
side
with.
of your mouth, you saying, yeah, we know the vast majority of I ain't going to call them inmates, because if you in Parish Prison, it's 50-50, I guess, whether or not you convicted or not. Mm-hmm. But of the people in there, you can't say the vast majority of them got mental health or substance abuse issues and then be like, yeah, we just need 89 beds more beds to deal with. It sounded to me like the whole situation need to change.
Everybody, from the rooter to the tutor.
Your whole operation is wrong if you telling me all of the people in there got mental health and substance abuse issues, but you want to build a new jail for 89 people?
But you have not demonstrated
Nothing. No ability to do none
I was
of
just
this.
getting ready to say. I was just getting ready to say. So what does this new facility do in terms of your capacity
What that's
to
about
meet
to
the
do for
needs
you?
of the
Yeah.
people, of the people who coming in?
What you get extreme makeover? What you asking for? Why are we giving you anything?
It needs some new wallpaper. That's all.
Do you not remember the feds came in on your watch?
Called consent decrees. But I mean, you know, the position was not the mismanagement of the jails on the behalf of him and his staff. Like that was the position. So I mean, he doesn't feel like it was his mismanagement that led to the consent decrees.
He could feel however he want.
I'm clear about the fact. I'm just stating the case.
What we said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Hey. And then the number of brothers who back
Facts
there
don't care about
continually
your
to be back
feelings,
there.
nigga.
Yeah.
Facts do not care about your feelings.
Yeah.
The facts is the feds took over the jail. You got one job. Tents at the Zulu picnic ain't your job.
You can get him though.
And he confused as to why he in the runoff.
Don't hate.
With an independent policeman. Oh, y'all don't care. Yeah, we care about it.
But see, she just like I don't even feel like that was a fair fight, man. Like that the whole independent monitor.
She about to whip that boy.
That's what I'm saying. That whole concept. Even
She
look,
about to whip
but
that boy.
look. I'm speaking about just the sheer perception. So even if there were no tangible benefits of justice that people received from her time in that position, she at least brought some shit to light. Well, brought some issues to light. Excuse me, and forced some things to be discussed in a way that has been intentionally resisted for so long. So that in itself gives people something to stand up and stand behind her and vote for her.
She talked to people who not old, guard, red.
She deals with
Jack
people.
and Jill,
She
vote in this
every
city.
man, woman, and child deserves the same access to
I'm
justice.
not Jack and Jill. The people who run the charter schools, not Jack and Jill.
I don't know.
The people who created New Marini, not Jack and Jill. The people who voted for T.D. Cantrell ain't Jack and Jill. Y'all over. Nobody ask Charbonnet. Y'all done. Y'all done. She about to whip that boy. She about to whip this boy in the runoff.
This is still New Orleans.
Yeah,
So that
and guess what?
There may be some changes.
Charbonnet thought that too.
To say they done.
You know what Charbonnet doing? 821 call Desi, cause she ain't running mayor. You better call her if you getting a wreck. Cause she ain't running nothing at City Hall. Ain't no direct red Jack and Jill line in City Hall no more. Believe that? Now they think they sneaking in there with Morrell. They think they sneaking in there with Morrell.
This the NO, son. Like okay. Well,
They got
so
Morrell.
Look, this is all I'm saying.
And they made sure Morrell won. He ain't got no runoff. They made sure he won.
So it ain't over.
They made
It
sure
ain't
he
over.
won.
It ain't over.
And even the holdout red, they was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give up a procent."
Hey, baby.
He got 11% of the vote, and he quit the race.
Birds of a feather.
But guess what? It's a new day, my man. So if you look at the runoff in District D with Glover and
Eugene.
man. So I guess the mainstream commentary is saying that Glover,
Eugene
like
was
I'm
in first
saying,
place.
is representative of a new voting constituency.
Agreed. Eugene was in
Green?
first place.
Yeah.
He was in first
But
place.
that don't mean nothing. That runoff is real, dog.
I feel you.
And with a lot of people I want to see how she gonna play it. Because if she come out and say, and she run it like Auntie Cantrell, she could decide all these races, especially sheriff, and especially some of these council districts. She could come out and run it like, I don't even know this man, whoever, but I don't even know this candidate personally, but I feel like they right for New Orleans. And she could just say that. Because what you got, dog.
Operative word is could.
But
Would she is the real question.
I don't know what her next play is, though. If you a black woman who running, we a small town masquerading as a big city, right? And Moriel played it Urban League. All right. Landrew, he was lieutenant governor, then mayor of New Orleans.
Right.
And then he had to wait a whole damn near half a decade to get tapped by Robinette for this play. And then, Big Play, Big Play Ray, he's just trying to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
So what's the
get
move?
A foothold somewhere.
This ain't exactly like a Keisha Lance Bottom situation or a Lori Lightfoot. You ain't running Atlanta or Chicago. So what's your next play? I feel like it depends on her next play. If she just want to go head first and
This is where I lose the stomach for politics. In the fact that you have to consider the next play.
Yeah.
Because no. You just won re-election for another term.
For 60, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Now. So your concern should be this appointment, this position. It shouldn't fucking matter. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
FCC, please don't come
Yeah.
here. It shouldn't matter what the next play is because your entire focus should be on
She went there.
Especially seeing that you probably stayed in the pocket a little bit for the first term.
Oh, she ain't staying nobody. She ain't staying there. All of the pockets was out.
I don't know, son.
Over these 4 years.
I don't know, son.
But Moriel played it like that. Remember, he tried to get the whole city charter changed so he could be a man for the third time.
Let's be clear that the most letting it loosest administration was the first Moriel administration.
You talking about Dutch?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
until
Dutch get naked.
that's what I'm saying, right?
Dutch
That's
naked.
that's the standard barrier by
Dutch-
which I evaluate.
But-
right, right. That's where it's got to come from.
But that's in relative terms, though. And it was a different era. Like, Dutch was in they should have never gave you niggas money. Like, that's where Dutch was.
But that ain't changed, though.
Cantrell is in they know it's over, dog. A lot of people who've invested so much in this status quo from antebellum Louisiana.
But you can't say it's over because as soon as she changes her priorities, because all politicians, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
The only thing she has not gotten accomplished that she wanted to do was this city hall and municipal auditorium in Armstrong Park. That's the only thing. And the early indications are, this is before the election, and I don't know if she's going back to it, because the city council kind of weighed in and like, nah. They was like, yeah, if she gets 60, 65% of the vote with this crowded field, don't sleep on this city hall thing coming back up. But that's the only thing she ain't doing. That she said she was going to do.
I personally know that statement is half true and half untrue. Because, like, in interest of full disclosure, I had, an employment collection to the last administration, right? And there was some programmatic happenings that, were probably intentionally truncated because of, the origin being with the last administration. But the intention to revise upgrade, update, change philosophy to make sure that the impact still happen. You know, like some of that, the follow through didn't really play out well, and you know, I mean, that's an issue for me because
nobody perfect, though.
that work, and see that work was important because of the ability to like create, maintain, and nurture genuine and authentic relationships with people in community, right? To understand where opportunities to intervene and you know like even interrupt violence. Like I feel like that it put some of the brothers it compromised them, and it absolutely compromised the relationships that was made. So it's like where does the intentional return to the people come from on that front? Because that's something that the people had what could have been considered some ownership of. So the intentional unwinding of that type of programmatic effort just says something completely different to me. But at the same time, I absolutely understand that there are a lot of wins that this administration has rung up. I just think that there are some that we not talking about, and there's a reason why they're not being talked about, because if you talk about them, you're going to have to say what really happened.
So,
that's politics.
I don't care about saying something really happened or whatever. I mean, I call a spade or whatever, and that's probably why I'm not privy to a lot of these conversations, because I'm a call BS.
But it's not even much a conversation. I mean, it's like so if you see, you know, if I run the city and you see guys in white shirts walking down neighborhoods doing X, Y, Z, and then the next person is, you know, runs the city and you don't see that happening no more. I mean, there's no discussion to have. Like, the shit happened when X was in office. Mm-hmm. Now that Y is in office, it's not happening no more. And if that particular action provided no benefit to the community, it wouldn't matter if it went away, right? But in the instance that I'm speaking about, that I personally know, there was absolutely benefit that was provided to the people, and the administration just kind of felt like that wasn't something that needed to. Yeah, it's like, you know, that kind of stuff is just disappointing, you know?
So nobody's perfect.
Agreed.
I think she has picked she picked her battles, and I think and J.P. Morrell said this. He was on New today. He was like, there have been more unanimous votes in support of the mayor on this council than ever before in any administration. She hustle gaming. So I feel like she knows what she, but at least three new council people gonna be new. And J.P. Morrell, you like, yeah, 3. Bitch, you ain't new. But he counted as one of the new ones on the council, at least. Your mama had a job. Your partner had a job. You stepping into the job now. So you ain't new, but you.
It's your first time there.
Yeah, title.
It's your first time there.
C and D are going to be new. And then B and E up for grabs. We're going to get to E. I want to talk about A. GEAUX then won. It's Lakeview, Holly Grove. They say Holly Grove, but it ain't really Holly Grove. Lakeview, Uptown, Slickside, Old Metairie, New Orleans Country Club type area.
But that's
70.
That's an old name, son.
70, yeah. And he
ain't
new either.
Yeah, it's an old name. We been here.
I went to school with some GEAUX at Hines.
That's an old name, right?
They been thugging.
We ain't just got here.
Been thugging.
Not just getting.
They're like Morrell. So 76% of the vote, though. I think somebody who ran against him talking about get rid of the vax mandate, and somebody else was talking some other kind of stupid foolishness. And I'm surprised he lost 25% of the vote, 24% of the vote. But that go to show why people that actual reasonable white people who live in the city ain't like y'all. If you choosing to live in New Orleans, most of these people have common sense. Even in Jefferson Parish, they got lines out the hospital trying to get the 5 to 11-year-olds or whatever it is vaxxed up. All that hooping and hollering, and don't have me juxtapose this with St. Tammany Parish or some other surrounding parishes. But that ain't the NO. And
the
so
I-10 corridor from
Yeah.
New Orleans to Baton Rouge is probably like the most democratic or progressive
period.
space
In
in the state.
The state, the damn near the
The
country.
region, that's the region damn near, really.
Period. In the South.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, in the region.
In the South.
Yeah.
If people not listening to y'all,
We got a dot in Harris
y'all
County
send
in Texas.
y'all stupid motherfuckers send y'all children to school without the vax,
And we off the rails now.
and we be straight. But anyway, back to GiauX. He didn't won with all of them, but he said he put in that work. Man said he been 400, 500 something community meetings. He going everywhere. He talked to people plainly.
So
He
the,
a old
so, the,
school-
so the people feel like when he sit
like
his
he said,
ass in a chair,
he know.
you heard what I said.
You heard.
And
And-
I got a strong
Not only
belief that you gonna do the shit that relates to my
Not
needs.
only that, he gonna repeat what you said.
How could you not like that?
And he playing it cool. He ain't tackling no controversial.
You don't need to.
He not pitting Holly Grove against
Tackle what I told you to tackle.
Lakeview.
Yeah,
Streets.
man,
If
tackle what
if I go to every meeting and everybody's streets Pooh, I'm talking about streets.
tackle what I
That's
told you
it.
to tackle.
That's it.
Tackle what I told you to tackle.
So he didn't want in a landslide. Jay Banks in his feelings.
Why everybody can't follow that blueprint? That's
Jay
easy.
Banks in his feelings because he felt like he shouldn't be in a runoff. Oh, it's been all about attacking me. Now we got to hear what the other candidate got to say. You sure you won't do that? You sure you won't play it like that? Because a lot of people got a lot of something to say about you. So I don't know if you won't make the runoff about, oh, they was just
So
attacking me.
I know one thing, that his competition has done a very sturdy job of painting him as all for self politician.
Bottom line, dog,
That
he
they have
ain't
done-
running
they have-
against Noonan Man.
They have done,
And
it
all of
seems
them
like
people-
it's almost a concerted effort from all
of them.
All of the
They
candidates.
didn't vote for him.
Yeah,
they
that's
didn't
the-
vote for the runoff opponent.
Yeah.
And District B ain't my thing.
Yeah, it's,
But Jay Banks, they voted against you, dog. They didn't vote for nobody else. They voted against you. All them people that ain't in your corner, they voted against you.
Their campaign messages have basically been
Period.
His hand is out for him.
Yeah.
In his pocket. Out for him again. In his pocket again. That ain't got nothing to do with
And
you.
now you vulnerable.
Nothing to do with you.
Now you vulnerable.
Nothing to do
Now
with
them people who had their hand out, they calling old boy to be like, okay, we just had a little duck off hand. I could give you 1,000 votes. I could tell my people, look,
Yep.
Jay ain't ready no more. Now District C, the West Bank. I don't have no words about the West Bank because I don't really know that. And
I don't either.
it seemed, what they said, like 72% of all of the voters in District C on the West Bank.
All right.
So it was like, it's not unusual for both of the runoff candidates be coming from the West Bank.
Yeah.
And how I feel, really, the warehouse and the CBD, Bywater, I don't care about y'all anyway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just cheese anyway.
Y'all are interlopers
that's
in New
just
Orleans.
cheese anyway. That's just
It ain't even cheese. Y'all
they're
interlopers.
here for the time to get the
Yeah.
cheese and them out. Yeah, it's
Y'all
about cheese.
Airbnb-ing, y'all kicking it.
It's
Y'all
about
them-
cheese.
Yeah, y'all artists, lofts, and I don't.
And
know.
ain't none of that shit cheap.
I don't care nothing. I'm happy that they gerrymandered y'all out the city council race. I'm happy because y'all do not represent. It's like what we was talking about last show. Oh, we need to elect people that treat the business, the city like a business. It's not a
It's not
business.
It's a city.
It's a city.
Yeah.
Y'all little enclave of French Quarter adjacent shit don't mean nothing to nobody else but y'all.
Do business in the city. The city is not a business.
That's it. That's it. So I'm happy they gerrymandered y'all ass out the city council race in effect, because the West Bank, just like the East.
But if we go back to our
the West Bank need their own
initial
district.
conversation about one man, one vote, then if 72% of the voters are coming from the West Bank, then that's where the representation got to come from.
Exactly.
I mean,
and again,
that's what it is.
People who may not be from here might not know what we're talking about. Basically, French Quarter suburbs is French Quarter. Like, these people they not the fabric. I could be offending whoever I want. Y'all not.
That's a transitional
impacted.
population.
Y'all streets get paved.
Yeah.
Y'all don't really have crime.
When power goes out, y'all don't lose
The
it.
last time y'all had a major crime story, a white man shot 2 black teenagers who jumped this fence in the backyard. And he didn't even get arrested.
When the power goes out, y'all don't lose
Y'all
power.
straight.
When the city gets shut down.
Y'all don't flood.
When the city gets shut down for COVID.
All that.
Y'all don't.
Y'all don't do that. Yeah. So I'm not. Look, it ain't personal. It's just, it ain't y'all.
Yeah, y'all don't.
It ain't y'all straight.
Y'all have no need for representation because y'all have no deficiencies.
None.
Life is great.
COVID shut down. All y'all working from home.
Y'all
anyway.
still got power.
Y'all working from home anyway.
The whole city was black except the French Quarter. The whole city.
Like y'all the ones who having a Zoom meeting on a treadmill and shit. Like y'all made that transition easy. Like, I'm not worried about y'all. The West Bank, I rock Algiers, okay, what's going on? And y'all can hash that out. I know of Freddie King. I don't really know too much about the running mate. What is her name?
So brother came to a couple of our events on the West Bank.
See?
One of our events at Berman. And, you know what I'm saying, kicked it with some of the little brothers, kicked it with some parents, you know what I mean, talked to some of the administrators about, what they needed in the school. And, you know what I'm saying, was out there sweating and, but see, you have a different level of respect for people who are able to bring the concerns of the people to rooms that the people would never be able to walk in.
Yeah.
That is what, in my opinion, makes you not a politician but an elected official.
Credibility.
Like a representative.
Credibility.
Yeah, yes.
You can't check me if you ain't check on me. Whatever you say wrong with the district, I'll punch you in the face if you ain't never been to that meeting before. You ain't your own. How you know?
Or if the last time you been was the week before the
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is what,
Man.
And see, so that's where when we have these conversations about the percentage of our populace who are active in the franchise and in the civic participation, I have to couch it because I have to acknowledge the fact that there is a responsibility of once you get into office to still carry the needs and the wishes of your constituency inside your breast pocket every day.
Dog.
But not all of them have that.
I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna go a different route. You just got to be there.
That's true.
don't care if it doesn't matter if you align with me on every issue. But if you're not
going to align with me on every issue.
We got one neighborhood association meeting a month.
Right.
And if you can't be at the meeting, to hell with you.
Yeah.
You get paid to do this.
But this
ran to be at these meetings.
This is how I equate this. If you are hired by an organization, the hiring manager gives you the position. When that manager tells you that I have a meeting, you go into that meeting.
You going to the meeting.
You go into the meeting. There's no, I had something else. No, you go into the meeting. So if the people vote for you
Period.
and give you the office, when the people say we're having a community meeting, you go into the meeting.
Can't be but 10, 15, maybe 20 neighborhood associations.
It don't matter if it's 1,000. If
It
them
do
people
matter.
voted for you and gave you the office, you got to show up.
But that actually does matter. That actually does. If it was 100 associations,
You gotta show up.
Like, okay, I might not be able to make 100 meetings in a month,
But guess what?
but I'm gonna be there.
But you got 900 people work for you though. So look, I can't make it to this
I'm
meeting.
gonna tell you when I'm at.
I'm gonna be at this
Come-
meeting. My chief of staff gonna be at the meeting.
They don't do none of that, dog.
That's a
But
problem.
people do. Like GEAUX Russo, he do that.
So when 76% of the
Done.
people show up,
Done.
there's no discussion.
But when other people, and I mean, they lost,
Yeah.
so I'm not about to speak on it. You won't come around when the new school getting built, but you ain't want to hear us when we talking about we don't want Nord programming at the park.
So put them out.
No, they definitely put them out.
Put them out. Put them out the meeting.
So all of that's what's going on. Nigga
Don't
do
belong
it
here.
around. I made the mistake when I ran for office for school board. You know, I won't go around for night out against crime. Man, the people ran me out the shit. Get out of here. That's not the time to come holler at us.
Come to the school board meeting.
Come to school board me.
Crazy,
But
man.
no. It was like coming to neighborhood association meeting.
Right.
And the neighborhood associations I had gone to before that, because I was novice in the game.
Oh yeah, you
I was welcome.
You ain't had about to say you ain't had no pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I was
you had no
welcome, and it was
permission.
like I was on the humble. I'm like, look, I ain't know.
You had no permission. Yeah,
I
right.
thought, this was the
you had to
neighborhood
get in with the people.
association
Yeah, you had to
meeting
get in with the people first.
on y'all calendar. So I just want to hit them all. But they were like, nah.
Nah, you gotta take your shoes off.
Nah, youngin.
Jump in this bed like this.
We got a real meeting
for a make on the floor in here.
on the third Thursday
Yeah,
at
little one.
at the church. You could be there.
Yeah, that's where you gonna jump off the
and
porch
you
at.
could listen.
To the needs of the people.
Period.
And then you can determine whether or not
And
you got
then
what is needed.
ask if you could say something to the people. But this night out against crime ain't that time, son.
But you better have
You
something
better
to
get
say
outta
that's
here.
related to the needs
Oh,
of
I
the
had
people.
something to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I did my research. I didn't know that game though. And like you got to be there. And this was very young in my professional career.
It's about people, bro. It's about
Man,
relationships.
It's about visibility and credibility. If niggas
Relationship is how you get that.
if they don't see you, you
You don't exist. Yeah.
You don't exist.
Especially people who live day-to-day lives, bro.
I
They
don't know him.
Yeah, if you-
no new.
Yeah, you got to be
no
you-
new friends.
You have to be able to
No
say
new
that you
friends.
understand experientially
no new friends.
why this issue matters to me in my life. You have to be able to say you saw it in action where there is some deficiency and why we need you to go to whatever this next platform is
No new
and speak for
friends.
us. And speak for us. That's what you got to be able to
And
do.
honestly, that's why I think education and the ed reform movement has had the challenges it has faced. Because you can't tongue-in-cheek be like, oh, in New Orleans, they ask you what school you went to, everybody know they mean the high school. You can't be part of that culture and then come and change all the high school names. You can't be part of that culture and never have no appreciation for those. And you definitely didn't go.
Right.
Then you come in and change the elementary names. You get rid of the whole.
Except the Leah Chase School.
You get rid
We
of the
definitely with that.
whole middle school. Middle schools and junior high don't exist no more. Then you change the high schools. And then, 15 years after the storm?
But we just said that the NO is the lab for everything.
And guess what?
So the being the lab does not always have to mean that the experiment is successful.
Oh, it ain't working.
It does not always mean
It
that the
ain't,
experiment has to be successful. It just means that the experiment
Yeah.
itself has to be replicable.
Yeah.
The results don't have to be replicable. The experiment itself has to be replicable and able to be planted in other environments. We ain't got to be able to get shit from it. I just got to be able to say, I'm doing it, and, hey, give me this, this bond issue, give me this.
Talk about real talk.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Talk about real
I don't understand.
talk.
I don't have to prove that I can do a goddamn
real
thing
talk.
that this experiment is supposed to prove.
Yeah.
What I have to be able to do is say I can fit all these pieces in this box and sell it to you. And you put this motherfucker on the ground over there, and you're going to get the same display that I got.
Speaking
What come out the
about-
back end of it? Hey, baby,
So speaking about
I plead the fifth.
experiments being replicable, my beloved New Orleans East, product of it, self-proclaimed East Beast.
Blacks movies.
Man, they have people in our generation who are reinvesting,
Uh-huh.
building homes,
Yeah,
establishing families,
yeah.
really supporting school communities, church communities,
Leading school communities.
opening businesses.
Yeah. Just found out about a studio on Lake Forest and Reed, too.
Cindy Wynn and Oliver Thomas. Could this be a more N.O. runoff in the history of N.O.? One is in the East, right? One. So let's talk about the East and the lower nine. Look, they got gerrymandered out of the representation too.
Everything.
Just like Bywater and Mariner,
And
right?
Nightwall got the bait and switch.
Yeah. So they
The
represented
Nightwall got put on the table
by the
for all
East.
of the Katrina vision and visibility and acknowledgement, and then when all the resource came through,
I want to put a quick note in the Nightwall
they got pulled off the table.
because people who don't live here and live in parts of the country with that disposable income cheese, son, do you realize the Nightwall
much?
didn't flood and them houses
Oh,
still
yeah.
standing?
They're straight now.
And when they come and visit and realize that shit is a whole 7 minutes from the French Quarter,
Literally straight down St.
how
Clair.
much lots going for? 25? Done. Done. You telling me I could get a house in the night was 7 minutes from the French Quarter for the same thing I could buy a condo in
O'Keefe.
Pensacola or Goshen? Like, yeah.
Basically.
Like, hold on. I need to rethink my vacation options.
Yeah.
So let's park the lower nine right now because I'm not even really ready to just go off about the opportunity until I get myself straight. So I feel like the lower nine going to be straight. But the East, you got cats talking about Lincoln Beach. If you don't know about Lincoln Beach, racism, look it up. So Lincoln Beach, the crime,
Brother been working hard on that, too.
the jazz land.
Brother been working hard on that
situation,
beach.
The two logistical
Hubs, yeah.
projects, right?
Yeah.
Cindy went and said she'd do a controlled burn of all of the blight in the district. A lot of people respect our mind to the tune of like 41%. Oliver Thomas hit him with this nigga didn't even campaign, son. He put up a billboard, two billboards, that's it. No yard signs, no nothing. Oliver Thomas, our councilman.
The man was widely regarded.
He was the
as-
next
as-
mayor. Period.
What got
Until
a campaign?
he gets slammed
Go ahead. Go ahead.
for corruption and bribery as a city councilman.
And continue. And what did he refuse to do? He refused to do one thing. Regardless of.
He took his charge. He took his charge.
So
He represented.
he refused
He
to rap. He
Yeah.
wasn't trying to snitch.
He took his charge.
I did what I did. I'm gonna be responsible for me.
He confessing everything. He didn't do it. Wasn't no Jason Williams, we taking it to trial, nothing like that. Bitch, I took the 20
So
stacks.
for the average man and
I'll
woman,
take the 5. I'm going to take the 5.
for the average man and woman who got all kind of stuff up and down, left and right, in and out going on in their
I was
life,
telling niggas who with the Howard.
who's more like you?
No. I was telling cats who with the Howard.
So
He
who's more
not
like
even took the charge.
man? Who more like
He
me?
played himself on TV in Tremaine taking the charge. Like he owned all of it.
So to the average man and woman in this city,
However,
do you see yourself like that?
Cindy Wynn is hood too.
But for the people that
But she didn't have no charge.
man, but for the people she represent, she got plenty of charges. We needed this done, she got it done. We needed schools, so we needed some solid place to educate our kid. She made sure it happened.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not even gonna say
Without-
nothing about how somebody hollered at us. Like,
without
so look,
penitentiary time.
y'all do high school stuff out at Reed. Like y'all could do high school. I'm like, damn, like there's a serious inquiry.
How is the race close? She did it all without the fair charge.
And she don't, but she has a different type of connection to the people that makes them understand that she is authentically concerned about their needs.
She sound like she went to Deborah back in the day.
Man,
Deborah to fantasy to read. That's what she sound like.
We got more work to do.
That's what she sound like.
We in a runoff. We got more work to do. So I mean,
And I'm throwing it out there to my District E people. I got my popcorn ready because I'm definitely trying to see how this one about to play out. Man. It don't make sense to me.
But I will say this though.
Oliver
I will
Thomas
say
not
this.
even from out there.
Man, I'll say this. They're not gonna lose. The district ain't gonna lose.
Yeah.
The district ain't gonna lose.
Yes, they are.
How?
Like my brother told me. So we was looking at
They getting leadership
no
from either side, they.
No.
Huh?
Representative leadership don't mean competent leadership. They screw. You got me using all these white people. They fucked up Jazzland. That 400 acres, and they only closed the deal for 300 acres. That 100 acres gonna buy them an ass. Ask Lowe's about the plaza, and Mr. Goldman.
Did either one of these people negotiate that deal?
Guess what? It's over, son.
That's what I'm trying to say, Dave.
They the L. It's already the L. It's how you about to manage the L. For Lincoln
So if
Beach
that's the-
not to be open right now.
If that's the case,
it's
neither
a
one of them
joke.
should even be in the runoff then.
For Lincoln Beach not to be open. Have you been to Lincoln Beach lately?
I haven't.
Go. And what you will quickly realize is it will take maybe one or two entrepreneurs who could get a permit from the city, dog, and it will be open. I'm talking like regular hood. We ain't hood, but scrappy, like
But you
whatever.
still
Dog,
ain't explaining
they
to me
leading
how the
towards
district gets no leadership from either
dog,
one of them.
leadership to the L. It's the dog. I don't see it.
But how
see
can they both get a minus for something that they had no negotiation input on to begin with? How does it become a negative for both of their?
So, what I'm concerned about is that campaign tearing the district in half. Because Oliver Thomas gonna claim Ninth Ward roots, even though he was councilman in District B before he was at large. And I think racial differences gonna play a part in it. I think the rhetoric that's gonna be part of this campaign is gonna be a part of it. And at the end of the day, the people who they both gonna be looking to invest in the East, gonna look at the fallout from that campaign and be like, nah, son.
So
Mishu might win. Mishu
that
might
type
win.
of animosity and
They gotta play it. They gotta play it on the up and up.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If we were talking about B and we saw this on the horizon for the District B,
I do see it on the horizon.
okay, all right. I just don't see this for the E, for the E runoff. I don't see it. But one in the interest of full disclosure, because I know both candidates very, very
Let's
personally.
see how it play out.
Very personally.
Let's see how it play out.
And I don't see either one of them. So this is my thing, bro.
And it's not even them.
But it is my, and
But
that's
it's
why
not
I'm
them.
saying.
It's
That's
gonna be
why.
surrogates.
But see, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
It's gonna be campaign
But
surrogates.
listen. You not my surrogate unless I say you are.
It don't work like that.
No. The campaign.
It don't work like that.
That's not. I
Unless
disagree
you
with
come
that.
out
I
flat
disagree
out
with that.
and say,
I disagree with that.
I don't know what that nigga
I
talking
disagree with
about.
that.
It ain't gonna work like that.
You until I say you're my surrogate, you not my surrogate.
It don't play like that.
I disagree. I disagree because if who you speaking for? You can come out and say whatever you want. You the surrogate for who? You the surrogate for me, right? So if you my surrogate until I say you my surrogate, you ain't shit. You can run your mouth and bump your gums till all your teeth fall out. But you speaking for your goddamn self. So I'll go back to the point that I was trying to make. In knowing both of these candidates personally, I don't see either one of them allowing a surrogate to make a statement that tarnishes who they are personally. I don't see that happening. And second of all, I think that both of them are genuinely in it for the people, not for their own personal gain. So and this could be my own political naivety, but I think that people get into those mudslinging matches because they concerned about their own personal gain being compromised. If you talking to me about the good that I'm gonna do for the people, I don't really give a shit what you say about me, man. You can say whatever the hell you want. If the people know that I'm here to do good for them, and that's what my commitment is, man, you can talk about me all you want. Cause you gotta deal with the people. You ain't gotta deal with me. Cause I'm the representative of them. But when I'm here to represent Greg's pockets and not here to represent the people's they dinner tables and they pocketbooks, well then of course I'm gonna get a little offended by some shit like that.
Let me throw it to you like this then. One, I fully acknowledge that's much more the likelihood with the dynamic in B, as in boy.
Absolutely.
With E, I agree that both of them can be zealous advocates for District E, but what may happen in the race is they alienate all the other districts, because I grew up in the East, still feel like a stepchild. I grew up in the East right before Katrina.
But the East got the right to feel like that, though.
The East was talking about being a whole new city.
But the East has been disinvested in for.
But they gotta walk that line. No, they've been disinvested in since Mishu shut down, which didn't have nothing to do with the politics in the East. They shuttered the whole shuttle program, nigga. And ever since then, the East has took L after L after L. And if they go too hard on the East.
I lived in the East in the mid-'90s. It was the L then.
Yes. Mishu was gone.
It was the L then. So
my people bet on the East in the mid-'90s. The first house on the street in Oak Island.
Still live on Northern Drive.
My brother's still investing in the East. My contemporaries, classmates of mine, investing in the East full-fledged.
I just felt that, hey, look, if they take a different posture because of their
power plant deal,
I'd like to ask too, Dave. I'd like a complete ass if my people have been disinvested in, and like the rest of the city is moving at a pace that ain't synonymous with the pace that we move, and you damn straight ass.
But it's the why though, dog. It's the why, and it's not like the the East is having problems that are not germane to other areas.
It's not East
city.
problems. It's city problems.
It's city problems.
Yeah.
But they trying to make it like
it's East problems.
East, but it ain't East problems.
I'm clear about that.
They can't go that route in this campaign. Because whoever win gonna have an uphill battle fighting for the East. Because what a nigga will do, they will take their logistics hub to St. Bernard Parish.
So
Plaquemine Parish
this,
that got
this is where
the plant just closed.
I'm about to give both of the E candidates a little bit more credit than this, because OT got roots all over this city.
Yeah.
OT got political connections
Yeah.
all over this city.
Yeah.
OT got community connections all over this city. And not everybody despises him the way some people might want him to be despised.
Almost half of the people don't despise him.
Like I'm saying.
45%.
I'm saying. So I'm of the mind that it might be an uphill battle, but I think him being OT might shorten that curve significantly.
Yeah.
And then, wait, hold on. And then on the other side of the ledger, like, it's understood, don't play with Cindy.
She
Like,
can't tell.
it's understood.
She
like,
ready.
She might
She
be
ready.
lil, but she'll chop your shit
Yeah.
down, though. So even if she got a learning curve, it's going to be a learning curve
She learned
of,
it.
I just got to get it,
She
not
learned it.
not you playing with me.
That was the first time.
Because that's so
cutthroat with it.
now you get into the crux of
She
it.
cut through with it.
She done already done the cutting the teeth and trying to figure out what, all right, so this switch turned that light on, this knob turned that fan on. She already did that.
But the East, again, I didn't grow up in the East. I was in the East, again, first house on my block in Oak Island. And this was in 86.
And you just told me that was a different time.
My mama worked at the skating rink at the plaza.
I get it.
Like, that's deep, early East.
Morrison's cafeteria in the
Yeah,
plaza. I'm there.
So
I'm there.
it's been downhill since then.
And it's been like it.
And you
But
can
it ain't been the black people who have moved out there
No.
that have made it go down like that.
But there's a long line of people who done alienated Sherman Copeland and Duplessis. All these people have
neither one of
alienated.
the people who in the runoff for E.
But guess what? It's a delicate line to walk.
Agreed.
I
It's
think-
politics, so that's part
I
of it.
think-
That's part of it.
Like you said, Oliver Thomas, he done been there, done that. He got roots all around the city on multiple levels.
And
as
hold
evidenced
on.
by him portraying himself.
For the audience, in the interest of full disclosure, there is a measure of love and affection that he got from the people just by taking the charge.
But taking a charge.
So
He took his charge.
That is a political check mark for him,
yeah.
just cause.
Because he was like,
Now continue.
okay, how did Pampy play it? How did Oliver Thomas play it? Yeah. Pampy can't even visit his grandkids no more. So that's part of what's going on. He can't visit. He couldn't even go to, what is it, New Roads, where they got the federal prison at? This nigga had to go all the way to Florida.
OT.
Yeah. So,
Cindy wins.
Duggan,
As far as I'm concerned,
both of them.
the district will get
Behind whoever wins.
Fierce representative, and I think that the work of whether it's Cindy endearing herself to the lower 9 population or OT endearing himself to the East population, I think either one of them has enough like pure passion and commitment to the people to make that shit happen. Which is why I say the district ain't gonna lose either way.
The wild card, I'm telling you, gonna come. And I hope, like the strategist or whoever we could get somebody on, it's gonna come down to that Jack and Jill population. That's who it's gonna come down to. That's who it's gonna come down to. Because
I think they have both done enough of a job of getting the every day,
It was
get up, go to
41,
work, come home.
41, 45. They got their base. So, like I said, my classmates who done made the East Day home, my brothers, they didn't pick their camp.
So let's also acknowledge.
Ninth Ward,
Let's also
the
acknowledge
older school people who our shade of
Yeah,
black.
all right.
They didn't pick their base. It was
right.
45-41.
Of 23%.
Yeah, but it's going to be less than that. Trust me, it's going to be less than that. And that Jack and Jill still hanging on to the east. I might move to Gentilly, New Marigny, but maybe not. That population, that's going to tip the scales. And I can't see where that wind is blowing right now, dog. I can't see where that wind blowing right now. I can't. Because you remember 20, 30 years ago, the East was damn near third white.
Yeah.
And that's when you had the Sherman Copelands and Duplessis and the vice president of the bank and all this.
And then the disinvestment hit.
Yeah.
And then
that's gone.
Where it's at.
So,
And so I feel
and
like
then
the
the
people
75%, Tara Lane and Pines Village and them,
that's
East Show, they ain't voting.
yes.
They might have 6 grandmas who vote. Greater St. Steve Franklin Avenue Baptist Church out there. But they just go to church out there.
Yeah, that ain't where they live.
That ain't where they live. So you got Greater St. Stephen. They probably, I don't know, they might go 50-50.
I'm not gonna
But
completely forget about the population of people who
that little enclave
they got some people that's about to come out the woodwork for this.
That little enclave in Lake Bullard, Lake Willow. That little enclave and still hanging on in Eastover and McClendon Estates. Them little enclaves. Most of them neighborhoods didn't pick their sides already. But them little enclaves.
Man.
Spring Lake. Yeah.
Them people bottom line voters.
I don't know, though.
Them people bottom line voters.
I don't know. They may have to become because they recognize they don't have the red Jack and Jill option. So what's important?
Bottom
to them?
line.
The
cheese.
Their kids might go to Lake Forest
The
Elementary.
cheese.
No. The kids might go to Lake Forest Elementary. Right?
What's the bottom line concern?
But they might be one of them 800 people who got a stake in the plaza.
Why? What's in the plaza? What's in the plaza? Cheese.
But again, as long as they don't have to pay for Brother Martin because they sending their kids to Lake Forest, that's important too.
Bishop McMahon is about to open.
I still don't know how Lake Forest selective admission. Still.
It ain't for
And
you.
it ain't OT.
It ain't for you to do.
It ain't OT who did that. It ain't OT who did that. It definitely ain't him.
But at the bottom of it all, unfortunately, that's not going to be a deciding factor.
It's going to be a deciding factor for some people who going to, no niggas allowed at this school versus, okay, 20 stacks a year at Sacred Heart or 12, 15 a year at the Hog, that's cheese too. That's cheese too. And as long as they get to keep that school exclusive, y'all niggas can go to Fantasy, not at Lake Forest. Y'all go to Fantasy. Y'all go to Schaumburg. Y'all ain't going to no Lake Forest.
For the
Y'all
record.
might be able to slide in Osborne.
For the record.
Not at Lake Forest.
I just got to say Sean Bird's a good school.
You can say what you want.
I got to put that out there.
You can say what you want.
I got to put that out
Schaumburg don't have no wait list.
there.
Schaumburg don't have no waiting list.
They don't need to have the wait list. Sean Bird, they busting their ass out.
Yeah, they can bust all the ass they want.
I'm about to shout my people out. I
feel you.
No, sir. I'm about to shout out Sean Bird.
Abramson Psi Academy. Dawn Status.
Yeah, I got to shout the people out.
One of the top high schools in the city.
Yeah.
But guess what? Them people gonna send their children to Lake Forest, and then they're gonna pay money for the AUG. They're gonna pay money for Dominican and all that.
So, like I said, these people are bottom line voters. There's a cheesy consideration to all of everything you just discussed.
And again, that's the expense side. The revenue side is, I used to own security in Dale Shamps and East Lake Movies. I'm waiting on this logistic hub.
So I could do what?
I'm waiting on this so I could defray the cost of tuition.
It's
cheese and cheese. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Which makes it
coming down to them, and they ain't made their decision
makes
yet.
it bottom line voting. You concerned about how much money going out your pocket versus how much money coming in your pocket.
So who you think could get those deals done? I think that's what they got to campaign on.
So
I don't know.
So look, this is what I'm gonna say. And that's what I'm saying. I think both of them have the capacity, particularly in the environment that is the East / the Lower Nine. I think that either one of them has the capacity to do it because when Joe Blow politician go sit down and talk about the East, he ain't bringing the people from the East like Cindy Wynn is bringing the people from the East. When Joe Blow politician goes sit down and talk about, opportunity coming to the Lower Ninth Ward, the real authentic connections to the needs and the daily lives of the people in the Ninth Ward ain't being brought by somebody like it's going to be brought by OT. So I just believe that the two candidates set the district up for having fierce leadership that is genuinely concerned about people in the district, whether you want to say it's small businesses, in my house businesses, corporate, it doesn't matter. I think anybody who comes to the table underneath their leadership is going to benefit. And that could just be a function of me having interpersonal relationships with them both. But at the same time, I've seen them do their work. Like, I've seen the body of evidence that they've put on the table as it relates to representing the people who call them their leaders. And I think they both good at it. So
I think this is a good place to shut it down. And I'm going to say this.
For the record, Wu left already. Go ahead.
And I'm going to say this emphatically. And I'm so very interested to see how this is going to play out. Whoever get that District E, Cantrell better buckle in. Because they won't give a man.
They don't have the reason to.
She will be a lame duck.
They don't have a reason to.
District E council person will come in with a mandate. OT could come in, bitch, I beat the charge. I took my charge.
But you know what?
And they still put me in.
But you know what?
Cindy Wynn can come in and say, 2-term on them.
But let me tell you how I see this. How I see this happening. I see them two like, look, they both realizing, look, we coming from our corners of the ring, but we still in the same ring. So either way it go, whoever becomes the winner of this race, I got a feeling is gonna turn around to the other person and say, look, let's. Oh
no,
so
they're gonna. I
so
think
look,
they're gonna.
We could bring some.
It's gonna be
we
a
could
concession.
bring a different level of smoke to the table right here.
It's gonna be a concession. Oliver still gonna have his. He might go back to the radio show.
OT gonna be OT.
He gonna be him
on the council or not.
He gonna be him.
Cindy gonna be Cindy.
Period.
Wherever she at.
I'm telling you though. Cantrell, she didn't have no threats in the first term from the council. I think
It's about to be an issue.
E.
Yeah.
Gonna be an issue.
You're gonna have to listen. You're gonna have to hear what I got to say.
JP Morrell gonna be an issue for her. I'm just.
Well, I mean, because he's gonna bring the voice of a population that has a little bit of discontent with Cantrell. So I mean,
a little bit.
Well, we having a politics conversation.
A little bit.
We gotta be politically correct. They got a little disdain for her, just a taste.
She represent everything.
The antithesis of their existence. I get it.
Y'all not welcome in the NO no more.
I get it. Yeah.
Like, no.
The whole posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So she gonna have some She gonna have some opposition, vocal opposition too.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Oliver and Cindy gonna be them.
But see, they
But
can't.
JP Morrell don't have no fear.
Not fuss. They can't not be vocal when the people who sent them there to be vocal.
Oh yeah.
I sent you there to raise your voice for my voice and his voice and her voice and these children's voice. So when you get there, you ain't got no choice but to be vocal.
Whatever happened, and it's gonna shake out. What is it? December 12th,
13 or some shit.
13, whatever it is.
13. Yeah.
I expect Cantrell to come out by the 15th at least with her agenda. This what we gonna do. This what we talking about, because she not gonna have the next 4 years like she done had these last 4 years. She has been able to get completely show ass loose with the challenges and stuff she couldn't control and just had to react to. Now the feds busting in the sewage and water board. You got multiple new council members who all trying to be mayor. Probably 4, 5 of them might run for mayor. You know Jay Russo gonna run. You know Moreno gonna run. If Jay Banks win, he gonna run. Don't let Oliver win.
Oh, it's over.
You know he about to
Yeah, he
win.
definitely running. He the
You know he about to
the
win.
city damn near owe him.
The young cat
Damn
Glover,
near
if
owe
he
him one.
win, he about the buck system.
But see, I feel like if Troy win, Troy gonna play it like Troy ain't gonna move. Troy gonna let the people push him.
And they gonna see.
He ain't
I'm in that district.
Yeah, Troy ain't gonna be like, I'm trying to run for mayor.
I'm
Troy
in that
Troy
district.
gonna be the cat that he walking the street talking to the people, and the people
I'm
like,
in
so
that district. He ain't got to walk the
you gon-
streets.
Nah,
I'm putting Troy in the gram.
Nah,
Troy, get a
you
gram.
understand.
We
You
texting
understand.
you.
You understand? That's who he is.
I didn't know that.
So that's what I'm saying.
He knocked on my door in St. Rock.
He ain't the dude to be like, oh, I'm about to go hit it.
Yeah.
He the dude to be like, oh, so he at the community meeting and the people like, Troy.
He is the community meeting.
That's the point.
So again,
That's the point.
she not gonna have the ride that she had them last 4 years.
Because when the people say they're dissatisfied, he not gonna be
What?
afraid to say my people not dissatisfied. My people dissatisfied. They ain't happy. That's what they want.
Period.
And then if he's saying that, you got OT and the OT Cindy OT East Lower 9 tag team bushwhackers jumping off the top rope. You got a problem.
If she dog,
You got a problem.
it's dog.
You got a problem. You got a problem.
So all of it, like Algiers, might
They
be
out
like,
here with
yeah,
no shoes on, Superfly snooker. We got like, man, look,
We crossing out our signature on the city charter. We back to being Algiers.
us.
Stamp it.
It's us.
We not New Orleans East no more. We East New Orleans Incorporated. Stamped.
us.
Period.
Yep. They got a
Don't
sign.
come cross this canal.
You are now entering
Don't come cross this
the
canal.
corporate limits of the
Period.
East. Entering the corporate
That's
limits.
gonna be her challenge in the next 4. Especially if Mitch come in and start throwing his weight around.
Dawn standing out there, Nola for life all over again.
What?
and he
Nah, son.
he still be a little salty about the whole some of his initiative that, you know,
Yeah, that didn't.
she ain't breathe life
guess
into.
what?
Like, yeah, he,
But guess what?
Yeah, he definitely had to come out.
Yeah. Dog, she gonna have a go at it, but I got my popcorn ready.
I'm about to say, because I feel like she gonna be like what? I ain't going
nowhere.
Man,
I ain't going nowhere.
Never gave you niggas money. All right.
I ain't going nowhere. Y'all still need my signature. What's going on?
In the words of Dave Chappelle, oh, nigga, please, nigga, please. right. Shit, and I mean, hey, it's a hell of a time to be alive,
Man,
And if you ever wanted to pick a time to get involved in the civic process and just to learn, there's a lot of ins and outs and bells and whistles that balls in the air. Man, just
come to the NO,
look,
man.
Look,
Be in the
get
NO.
involved.
So, couple of things. Again, kind of reaching into the show 2.0. We're gonna work on some guests. I know we've been talking about the guests. We getting a little clearer picture of what we want the guests to be. So
Got a
on these
couple
type of
people
shows,
tentatively lined up too.
you know, some expertise or some operatives we may come and, you know, give some insights. But I really want to tap into, in addition to our contemporaries and maybe some younger cats who homegrown and who in the city doing some things, I really want to tap into the perspective of folks who made New Orleans their chosen home. That's our mayor right now, right? She chose to make this place her home. And there are a lot of people in the city who don't have that high school that they could say they went to, but guess what? Been here 10, 15, 20,
years.
25 years.
Yeah.
Bitch, this me. This me. I'm just as much part of this city as you. One vote. Count equal. And we need to get those perspectives. Man, look.
So
It's we a small town masquerading as a big city.
that's a very important
we are
perspective.
international
That's an important
city,
perspective,
man.
Dave. But I just, my only problem with that perspective is I have seen too many times where that perspective has been given, and I gotta couch it because in some instances it's warranted, in some instances it's not. But that perspective in a lot of, just from my experience, has been given more credence,
No.
more value.
So yeah, I know where you're going.
My experience.
I know where you're going.
In my experience,
If
that has
anybody
happened.
think they about to come on here and try to elevate such perspective above to the detriment of, or act like it's the same to what this is, you sadly mistaken. And I'm not saying I want folks to come on, yeah, you know, they're
I
big fans
just
of
want to be clear
Greg,
that there's some people who believe
Greg,
that it is.
you
So
know me
when
for 20, 25
we're talking
years,
about a
Greg.
spectrum.
Greg.
Let's make sure we bring the spectrum because there are some people who believe that what I call me personally, what I call the transplant mentality. That because it's, you know, it's a different ideology that is better than the native local.
You've known me for 20, 25 years.
I ain't with that shit.
You have never known me to let somebody just say anything in front of me. And in the time where we have shared a space where we have had to rep New Orleans to other people inside and outside the diaspora, New Orleans is never second fiddle to anybody's issues, no matter where we at.
I'm clear about the mindset of the people sitting on this set. I'm just saying, as we cast a net and we start bringing folks on to the platform and people start bringing their different divergent dispositions, let's just be prepared to put that bullshit in this place. That's all I'm saying.
As far as this undisclosed location is concerned, New Orleans and Cash Money did not only weren't taking actively present participle, taking over for the 99s and the 2000s, took completely over up until today, and at least for the foreseeable future. You're not about to come in here with that bullshit. I'm just letting you know. And if you truly adopted the NO as your home, as your adopted home,
All I'm going to say is,
that won't be an issue.
in the words of the Reverend Dr. Pastor, will there be one? All right? Will there be one? Because with the what you want to call it, the progressive mindset that we have in the city now, and we try to make sure we got space for everybody. Some mindsets, you know, some people's opinion about the city have been
The space for that is right here between this end of the spectrum and this end of the spectrum. Period. That's what a space is.
Hey, and that's a very small
I
space.
don't want to go to guy.
That's
That's
a
what
small
I'm saying.
space.
The old boy who was running with Brasset and Morel and KGP, he's a clown. He's not coming on here. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who've actually committed to not a financial investment in New Orleans.
But they roll some sleeves up.
Yeah, not a
sweat equity.
Minds. No, are you about this N.O.?
Sweat equity.
Are you about this N.O.?
You about that paper? You on top? You in the business? That's a kind of
Do you
question.
see?
Do you even know what that is?
Okay.
All right,
I'm about to keep going. Talk about the Roshan Blue and all. Yeah, I mean, whoa, cut the feed. Cut the feed is over. Cut the feed. I'm about to slip into, I twinkle my goals and everything. I still want gold teeth. That's how N.O. I am.
That's not that was
slapped up fangs.
That's not that
if you not appreciative of that culture, you don't belong here.
Man, if you don't know about that BG fade with the fucking
uptown fade,
with the stripe in your bow fit, look at that.
Y'all,
we are our own breed.
Y'all be
and that's why I say
Jordans
all the
and all this.
man,
soldiers and G-Decks. Where them at?
Look. Some fucking Eastlers with the bubblegum soul. Look at that. So all I'm saying is when we bring people onto the platform, and they come from where they come from, and they've been here for whatever the period of time is.
You don't know.
I just want to be clear that whatever the amount of time that you've been here does not grant you to have more insight into the ins and outs of this city of people who are born and raised in this city.
No.
I don't care if you've been here and you done built
not what I'm talking about.
14 schools. I don't care. We ain't got that many schools.
That is not what I'm talking about.
But I'm just saying that exists. And I've been, especially doing a lot of this community-based work, I've been in spaces with some people who have basically said that people from New Orleans don't really know shit.
I will.
That has happened.
I will make this promise.
That arrogance has promulgated.
I will make this promise to our viewing audience.
I'm gonna shut the show down like you did a couple shows ago.
Anybody who come on this show,
the FCC gonna come get us.
They will have to have seen at least one podcast.
Because once you hear "God damn it to hell," it's gonna go downhill from there very quickly. Very quickly.
They try to set parameters and prescriptions and everything. You will see me blow them down on the gram like
You can't tell me what KMB stand for. All right? No. If you can't tell me what was on the last hour Swegmans, you getting ran out this motherfucker. So, excuse us, FCC. But yeah, like I said, if the KMB action, though, if you can't iron that out for us, we got a problem.
Bought a dozen buttermilk drops.
I'm saying
you can't be involved in this.
If you can't tell me what Venus Gardens used to smell like,
don't do it to yourself.
Basically, because
you're gonna get embarrassed.
It's not gonna turn out.
You're gonna get embarrassed
because you're gonna understand what it means to go off.
And as a person who believes in no such thing as bad publicity, you will prove me wrong.
You'll get
because you will get embarrassed.
Going off on. Holla.